Before DSLRs, mirrorless cameras and smartphones, the only way you could capture a video of your kid's birthday party or your vacation was with a camcorder. This is the first one I have ever bought back in the dark ages of analog video in 1996. Fast forward to now, with everyone having a smartphone capable of recording video and taking photos, is there a need for a camcorder anymore? Panasonic have just released two new models of their modern take on what camcorder used to be. A portable, easy to use video recording device. And in this video, I'm talking about this 4K version, Panasonic HC-VX3. This is a camera maybe that you should know about, and in this video I'll talk about its performance, what it is for, who it is for, and if it is worth buying in 2025. Keep watching to find out more about it. Firstly, a quick disclaimer, I have this camcorder on loan from UK Digital and Panasonic UK, but I was not paid or asked to say anything specific about it, and everything you see and hear in this video is my own and totally unbiased opinion about this camcorder. So what do we have here? 4K 30p in NTSC countries and 4K 25p in Europe. There's no option to select either by yourself. I have a UK model, 25p model, VX3E, and 30p model in US is a VX3K. In a nutshell, the same identical camera, but depending on the country you purchase it in, you get a model that is simply compatible with your TV and TV system of your country, theoretically. By the way, for those who do not know, 25p stands for 25 frames per second and 50 Hz refresh rate. 30p is 30 frames per second and 60 Hz refresh rate. This is important so the lights, especially LED lights, do not flicker on your footage when using the right system in the right part of the world. Nerdy stuff. This camera is made to be simple to use, and it really is. You power it on, insert SD card, and you are ready to go. What has really surprised me is the quality it delivers. This is not a professional video camera, and it is not trying to be one, but quality of video is very comparable to new DJI or GoPro cameras. Maybe slightly better quality, but this is way more versatile than a small action camera. Zoom and stabilization. You do get a crazy range zoom lens built in. In a full frame equivalent terms, you do get 25 to 600mm range in a camera this small. Also, there is 5-axis stabilization built in, which pretty much eliminates all small hand jitters, especially when fully zooming in. The zoom range, 24 times optical and expandable to 1500 times digital. This makes it a very versatile little camera for everyday usage, although that digital super zoom is not really usable for anything serious. Quality of video. The footage looks really crisp, really good color and contrast straight out of the box. There's no color profiles or log format, just good looking, natural looking footage. Under this big light, I look pink.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Autofocus, this is really strange. It kind of works okay, but there's not much control over it. It focuses on whatever is closest to the camera. It detects faces, but you can't tell it which face you want to focus on if there is more than one in the frame. Generally speaking, okay, but it's missing simple touch screen to choose the focus point by yourself option. In a way, I guess it is seriously simplified, the autofocus, so you don't have to worry about it, but it is lacking that extra something. Yes, you do have a tracking option and manual focus, but they are not what they seem either. About those in just a moment. Recording formats. In main formats anyway, you do have effects available in AVC HD, high quality, but somehow redundant format used in camcorders or on Blu-ray discs in the past. This is best format for playback of the files from the camcorder straight to your TV. But the differences between this and standard MP4 formats are very, very small. Generally speaking, there isn't much to choose from here. It is all very simple as intended. Manual controls. You do have some control over the picture settings. Maybe not a pro level control, but you can tweak some things if you need to. Via the touch screen, you can select the mode. Intelligent auto works really well. This is where this camera excels, but you do get more than just an auto here. You also have manual control over focus, white balance, shutter, and iris, but all via touch screen, which is a bit difficult to use sometimes. I'm used to shooting manually with all of my cameras, and I'm used to changing the aperture or shutter values on the go. This is not designed for this. It's more change your settings and leave them there. It would be great if there was a physical dial or lens ring that you could use to control manual settings of the camera with, but there isn't one. Problems with manual control. In fact, even in fully manual, the camera is in auto until you actually touch and change any of the settings. The options to control the camera manually are there, but it is all really cumbersome to use. Manual focus, for example, has to be controlled with buttons on the screen, not practical and only usable if there is no other option, or you are filming a static shot and you don't want the camera to decide what is in focus for you. Full auto mode, for most of the time, intelligent auto works really well. You also do have intelligent auto plus, where you can adjust white balance and exposure compensation manually, quickly, and let the camera do the rest. Extra functions, you also get autofocus tracking. It kind of works, but it is not rock solid and rather slow. You can also select an appropriate scene for the auto to work better in specific situations. For more difficult lighting conditions, you do have HDR option, when the camera will balance highlights and shadows more effectively, and backlight compensation as well. You also have some creative tools here, like possibility to record in higher frame rates that you can slow down in edit, in camera or on a computer, or even during recording. You can slow a moment while the camera is already rolling. In a way, this camera is designed, it is for someone who simply doesn't need or want to edit or transfer videos to the computer. You can trim, crop, and slow down clips right in the camera and save these edited films into new files. Anything filmed in 4K and edited in camera will be saved into 2K HD files. These tools work, but they are not easy to use and everything is pretty slow to do. Personally, this is very frustrating to use and not really practical. Right now, being able to edit video for free on a computer or a smartphone is accessible and fairly easy to do and learn. CapCut, for example. This editing in camera in some way complicates things. But if you want to edit the files on the computer, one very frustrating thing is that every time I switch the camera on or change settings, it creates a new folder where the files are being stored on SD card. So if you want to pick up all the files in one go into your editing software, it is a bit of a ball ache. Who is it for? I really think that a camera like this is perfect for someone who just wants to capture memories, travel or fun times with friends with more versatility, mainly more zoom, than the phone can offer. But because of the quality the camera delivers, it could be a great tool for content creators who want to detach themselves from the smartphone. What's really surprising in the camera in this price range is the fact that you do get microphone input and headphone output. This makes it ideal for people who are more serious about filming and want to get the most out of the camera, like content creators. For everyday situations on board, mic works pretty well. But if you want to be further away from the camera, or you want to record someone being further away from the camera and still record a good quality sound, you can connect the wireless microphone like this to the camera. Unfortunately, there is no app control. This would be very useful to not only control the camera wirelessly, but to transfer the files directly from the camera to the phone for editing or posting on social media. Also, very disappointing when you film vertically with it, the files still need rotating in post. I'm recording in vertical to see if the file is actually vertical, or do I have to rotate it if I was going to edit it. Low light performance. This has got small 0.5-inch sensor. It works great on a bright sunny day, but it generates a fair amount of noise when there isn't enough light available. This is not wrong or unusual even with bigger cameras. This is very often easy to manage by using an additional lighting, which is very affordable these days if you really need to capture anything and make it look better in poorly lit conditions. Generally speaking, for recording memories, vlogging and everyday usage, this should do way better than your smartphone, generally speaking. Photography. You can also take photos with it. There's a dedicated photo button at the top, 20.4 million pixel photo capture when the camera is set to 4K. You can even capture photos when the camera is recording video. Not high-end photography you'd get from a proper camera, but great for capturing the moment into a still image if you need to. There's also a 4K photo mode when you record 4K video, and then you can save still images from it during playback in camera, so you don't miss crucial split-second moments. Build. It looks cool, certainly small and very light. 431 grams for a camera with a 600mm zoom lens is nothing. It is all made out of plastic, but it feels okay and well made. Proportionally to the camera, but a large LCD flip-out screen. Underneath you have SD card slot, micro HDMI socket for connecting the camera to your TV, power on, off, playback menu and high dynamic range buttons, all very self-explanatory. On top you have the dedicated photo button and the zoom rocker. Also hidden under the little door there's a cold shoe mount for connecting small lights or microphones to the camera. Other side has got headphone socket and USB-C and the little door, and then the front microphone socket and remote sockets for an optional Panasonic wired remote. It comes with a small battery as standard. It lasts for about half a day, maybe more, when using camera moderately to capture something now and then. If you are planning to record a lot, you might have to invest in bigger batteries or simply more of them. It can also be powered via USB without the battery on the camera, which can be very useful when you run out of batteries. There's no control ring of any kind, unfortunately. You also get this little lens hood and the lens threaded for filters with 62mm diameter thread. It's not weather sealed at all. You simply stick it in a plastic bag and light rain should not stop you from filming with it. Price. Here in UK it retails for £679 or $890 in US. Not dirt cheap, but I think it is very well priced for what you get here. The huge zoom range and very well working stabilization alone are worth the money, but you do get a decent quality video from it too. This is a very good price for a camera if you are going to use it. For someone who wants to or needs to capture video on a regular basis, its form factor, this makes it a very practical all-in-one solution for recording good-looking video with. Conclusion. There's definitely place on the market for a camcorder like this. The quality it delivers has really surprised me. I wasn't expecting it. It is certainly good enough for content creation, but there are limitations that could drive someone mad. Someone like me. The file structure and the fact that the files are in hundreds of folders on the card could make it frustrating when you want to get all of them onto your computer in one go. This camera is ideal for someone who wants to capture memories easily and without the need of a smartphone. Someone traveling, for example, this is ideal for this kind of filming. Small, light and not attracting too much attention to itself. Superb for capturing those moments that will never happen again, like your kids growing up. Also a very good option for someone who just wants to play the files back on a 4K TV without ever taking them off the SD card. It's not a professional camera, but it could be a good tool for professionals who need to film something that you can't get close enough to. The ridiculous zoom could be really useful for that. I'm not talking about creating cinematic masterpieces, but capturing reference videos when there is no other way to get to something you need to film, like building trade, for example. I don't think it is suitable for a serious filmmaker, but it could be right for someone who creates online content, vlogger, or someone who just wants to step up or separate the process from the phone. This could be it. It is a nice, everyday, simple to use 4K camera, and for that, I really like it. And this is it from me. I hope this video was in some way helpful. If it was, please give me that thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you are not already doing so. Thank you for watching.